there! Now, motorized vehicles are an abomination. They are the primary cause of 1, pollution, 2, premature death, 3, paralysis in wheelchairs, 4, brain damage from accidents, 5, being in trouble with the police, 6, aggravation, 7, traffic jams, 8, road rage, 9, horns blasting, 10, breakdowns, 11, need for repairs, 12, traffic tickets, 13, parking problems, 14, need for insurance, 15, need for petroleum, and 16, crippling and killing animals on the road. 17, cars make possible and encourage several types of crime and immorality. 18, car expenses are higher per hour than the average rent expense per hour. 19, motorized vehicles promote antisocial behavior since families spend less time together and friends move away via moving vans and trucks. 20, roads, parking garages, and junkyards take away space from the natural environment. Carpooling would be an improvement, but would often be inconvenient and would be risky to allow strangers into your vehicle. Large-scale public busing systems would be an improvement, but buses regularly start and stop to pick up and drop off rides, so that would be an added problem. Bicycling would be an improvement in some cases. However, uppity companies, apartment complexes, and subdivisions don't want bicycles kept in front of the residents. Also, bad weather prevents bicycling, and bike riding is statistically more dangerous than driving a car if you ride in areas of heavy motorized traffic. Motorcycles are no improvement as they pollute as much as cars do, just somewhat differently. And driving a motorcycle is statistically much more dangerous than driving a car. For the first 60 years of the automobile, most men could fix their own car. With cars becoming increasingly complicated, chiefly from electronic components, the days of the so-called shade tree mechanic are over. Perhaps if fully efficient, completely electric cars replace gas-powered cars on the macro scale, they will be even more difficult to repair and more expensive. The average person may not be able to afford or maintain one. Regardless, they would have most of the same problems as gas-powered vehicles and might not be available to the general public before sources of petroleum are exhausted. Therefore, God's creation, early forms of horses which were bred into rideable varieties, are superior to atrocious gas guzzlers. If you think this method of transportation would be inconvenient, think how inconvenient cars are to the man killed in wars over petroleum. All the men killed. The wars are just, some of the wars are just over, gas and oil. Ask people how inconvenient cars are in light of their loved ones killed in accidents. Ask those paralyzed in wheelchairs from car accidents how inconvenient cars are. Also, children and pets have died of heart stroke after being left in hot cars with their windows up. Children have lost fingers and have even been killed when automatic windows closed on them. Besides, many roads designed to slow down drivers are so twisting and meandering that they triple the length of a straight road. If you went into town via horse and carriage on a completely straight road from your subdivision, you'd actually get there faster than driving on a road scrambled into spaghetti with speed postings. In various cities, striking truckers have parked sideways, completely shutting down car travel. Since the horses are self-feeding, self-reproducing, and have flexible and relatively efficient bodies, incorporating them would eliminate, listen to this, my fact, 1, pumping gas, 2, gas stations, 3, petroleum refinery plants, 4, car dealerships, 5, auto repair shops, 6, automotive plants, 7, auto junkyards, 8, traffic lights, 9, red light cameras, 10, speed traps, 11, traffic courts, 12 auto body shops, 13 tow trucks, 14 car horns blasting, 15 auto insurance companies, 16 flat tires and other breakdowns, and 17 oil tankers and their ocean spills. 18 horse-drawn cutters and sleighs in winter would eliminate trucks pouring tons of road salt or sand. 19 horses won't get stuck in ditches like cars. 20 reverting to horses would decrease road construction because horses don't require roads in pristine condition because horses lift their feet when they walk. Yet some towns are seemingly satisfied that 15 or so kilometer sections of local roads are torn apart 9 months every year. 21. Horse transportation would also eliminate most of the killing and crippling of animals on roads. 22. It would eliminate most premature deaths and permanent injuries to passengers. Since horse transportation would be somewhat limiting, it would, 23, stop most people from moving away and thereby terminating relationships, and 24, cut down on crime and immorality. 25, reverting to horse transportation would eliminate the invisible clouds of poison gas that move with the wind, leaked radiator fluid which poisons animals who drink it, burnt rubber, waste oil, and demand for oil which causes wars. If you still think that is better than dealing with horse manure, consider that today's construction vehicles can quickly scoop up masses of manure, an exceptional source of plant fertilizer, and they can modify those vehicles for that purpose in the future. Dried animal feces can also make excellent building bricks. Look that up on the internet. I enjoyed smelling horse manure because it triggered memories of school field trips where I would escape going to classes the entire day. The 1 in 300 or so people required to operate waste removal vehicles would be far different than everybody driving a motor vehicle, as carrying a 1 kilogram weight differs from carrying a 300 kilogram weight. Since the earliest cars could only go very slowly, we know it wasn't for convenience. People are prideful, not wanting to view horse manure and such. Cars are undoubtedly the greatest contributor to global warming, which might destroy our planet in several hundred years if not curtailed. If society puts away its pride and selfishness and cooperates with one another before our natural world is completely destroyed, we truly be an advanced society. On the TV show Adam Ruins Everything, electric trolleys were touted as the better alternative to cars, proposed by the host who recognized the madness of automobile culture. The episode was called Adam Ruins Cars. Although most people may be unable to do without motorized vehicles at this point, or rather, like I said, unable to do so, and including myself, because of our motor culture, it's so ingrained in the structures thereby, we can at least reduce their use, and then in the future, maybe 50 years from now or so, restructure the roads and so on, and the shops, so that it's doable. And again, if the world runs out of petroleum, which is made into the gasoline, heating oil, and all of that, we'll be forced to do without cars regardless, and other things. So think about it. We need an alternative plan. Take care.